Ancient Egyptian Magic, a hands-on guide by Christina Riggs, published by Thames and Hudson. This came out about a month ago at the time of recording, and I've really enjoyed reading it. It's been a really lovely experience. As you can see, the book itself is covered in a paper with this kind of glossy, slight relief paint. Glossy paint. Very, very nicely presented book, as Thames and Hudson's books usually are, actually. And to be honest with you, the really low price point and kind of pretty presentation, right, was really what attracted me to this book in the first place. The contents are very interesting. This was really my introduction to Egyptian magic. It's not a speciality of mine, and I wanted to get an overview. And well, it's exactly the overview that I was hoping for, to be honest with you. It's written in a very jovial style. It's very pleasant to read, very easy to read for a novice who doesn't know any of this stuff at all, and that's kind of me. There are so many aspects that are covered. I think that a hands-on guide might be something of a misnomer. I think something more along the lines of an insider's history or something along those lines. I don't know if that would quite work, but it's not a guide on how to do this stuff, right? It's a guide on what these ancient Egyptians were doing and why they were doing it, and their mindset, right? There's no step one, do this, step two, do that, or if you're attempting this in the 21st century, then maybe replace your hippopotamus's leg with something else appropriate, or anything like that. It is very much telling you what they were doing. There are some actual spells which are worded out for you, so you can get an idea of what the magicians were saying, and get a feel for the reasons they might have been saying it, and so on and so forth. And to be honest with you, as an introduction, I don't think you could hope for much more. It's a very, very lovely book. You can see that it's thoroughly illustrated. I was occasionally disappointed that the topic that was being covered didn't have the picture that would have explained it immediately next to it, although it's very well illustrated, right? It's about every page you've got some kind of black and white illustration. And in the end, you do actually get to see everything that was spoken about, so that's okay. In the very, very back, you have a very short chapter on the influence of Egyptian magic on modern magical practices, the Golden Dawn and Thelema and so on and so forth. And the lineage of that, right, all the way from Egyptian practices through the Greek practices. So that's very interesting. Let me show you the table of contents. So there we go. Magic words, princes, priests, and sorcerers. Gives you an idea of the position of magicians in the Egyptian culture. Dealing with the dead, magical menagerie, so talking about the various animals that were considered to have various powers and why. The snake bites, so talking about illnesses and how illness was dealt with. Love, sex, and babies, magic related to those things. Predicting the future, and that final magical thinking chapter that I was telling you about earlier on. In the very back, you've got a nice bibliography, so any further reading, let me just get to that. Yeah, here we go. Further reading, that's really nice. some really, really good suggestions there. I'm not going to show you the whole thing because that would be spoiling for when you actually buy the book. I'm sure Christina Rigg would rather that. And a thorough index there. So there we go. That's the Ancient Egyptian Magic, a hands-on guide, or not quite so, but certainly a very thorough introduction for the novice. So thank you very much, Christina Riggs, for writing this very informative book. It was clearly the introduction that I was after, and I'm sure that many other people will benefit from this light-hearted, very easy to read page turner. There we go. That's my my little recommendation for you viewers. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up and to subscribe down below if you haven't done so already. And thanks ever so much, as usual, for watching. And I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.